Welcome. You're listening to guided meditations and music. In this podcast, we motivate and inspire you with positive affirmations combined with music by Twinflame. In this episode, we want to take you on a journey to rediscover your inner child. Your little self that may have been pushed aside, but who is always there to make reoccurring attempts to be heard and seen. The meditations in this podcast are created by Twinflame and the life coach, Sara Ekholm, inspired by our own handmade deck of 28 guidance and music cards that is available to order in English and Swedish. On each card, there is a QR code redirecting you to a webpage with unique music connected to the card, written by us. Don't miss out to pick a free daily guidance and music card from our digital deck. We would love it if you told us what you feel about the guided messages and the song and shared it in your stories, shorts, and reels. Please follow the links in the description. If you like this podcast, please subscribe and leave a comment. In this episode, we are sharing parts of our Swedish song called Stilla ro, with lyrics about the love for a child. This song is available to listen to on all digital platforms. We live in a world where everything moves so fast, and it can feel like there is no time for meditation. But there is always time, whether you're sitting on the bus or taking a walk. Wherever you are, we invite you to take a moment and turn inward. Focus solely on listening, especially within yourself and through your entire being here and now. Everything is calm. Everything is good. Everything is as it should be. This moment is for you and your wise body. Connecting with yourself, listening inwardly, and pausing for a moment is a great tool to sort through and release mental clutter. Take a deep breath and let the air fill your lungs. In this way, you can find the connection between thought, feeling, and action. Hold for a moment and then slowly exhale, releasing all expectations and assumptions as you let the air out. Life moves in cycles, and sometimes things return in a way that allows you to face them from a new perspective. Today, you open your heart and curiosity once again to get to know the little self within you, your inner child. The inner child makes recurring attempts to be heard and seen, especially when we notice reactions and behaviors in ourselves that we don't want, such as sadness, fears, and guilt. For some, it may be about traumatic childhood experiences that still need to be processed and healed. In adulthood, it can manifest through anxiety, depression, and a negative self-image. This can lead to patterns of behavior that we repeat in our relationships with others, where we either withdraw or need validation to protect ourselves from more pain. Getting to know your inner child is a wonderful asset. For who were you before someone told you who you should be? When we come into this world as infants, we are in connection with our spirit, and it is our belief and understanding that we know our origin. But over time, with the help of our parents and others, we learn how to navigate the physical world. In doing so, we lose some of our connection to the spirit or soul. Even though children don't lose it entirely and still retain it, this is often referred to as child having a spiritual sensitivity. As the years pass, most people lose more and more of this connection, but a few seem to retain it until they choose to no longer want that connection. So, dismissing what children say as mere fantasy is unwise, as they remain connected to something most adults are not, themselves and their source. As adults, we may later feel an emptiness, a sense of missing something. Remember that our inner child doesn't disappear just because we become adults. It remains in our subconscious and affects us. One way to remind yourself of your relationship with yourself is to understand that you need yourself more than you think. When we learn to welcome and give love to this part of ourselves, we open the door to a deeper relationship with ourselves. A healthy relationship with yourself is not a selfish act. Let's do an exercise together to welcome all those emotions that you instinctively want to get rid of. Imagine yourself sitting by a campfire. Beside you sits your younger self. Perhaps you see yourself at an age that feels familiar, or perhaps it's just a feeling that arises. What do you see? How does it feel to be there? Maybe the child has something to say to you. Calm, both of you, your adult self and your younger self. Feel the emotions and face them. No matter what, welcome them. Feel what resistance, fears, or guilt arise, and let them go. You no longer need them. Accept them instead of judging them. In this way, your perspective can shift, and you can access your adult self and the ability to interpret your reality and act accordingly. No feelings are wrong. They are just parts of you that want to come forward. Embrace your inner child and let it know that it is okay to be exactly as it is. What did you need to hear when you were young? Say these words out loud or within. Maybe your inner child needs to hear from you that it doesn't have to be afraid anymore. If it feels right, you can use a paper and a pen and write a letter to your younger self after this meditation. Write down the words you needed to hear. Let the words flow freely. Your younger self needs to learn that it's okay that we have different opinions, to respect others, and to be respected. Your younger self needs to understand empathy and kindness. Your younger self needs love and to understand the significance of closeness. You must gain knowledge and find the right tools to meet life. Your younger self needs love and respect, not criticism and blame. Let's do a heart exercise for your inner child and repeat to yourself, I am significant. I accept myself for who I am. I accept my good and bad qualities. I forgive myself and others. I release fear, guilt, and resistance. I am loved. I belong. I am worthy of receiving love. Now ask yourself if you have any emotional memories affecting your body and health today. Is there any part of your body that feels unbalanced, heavy, or tired? Old wounds can get stuck in our body memory and trigger us even as adults. And these wounds from the past need healing. Invite a memory from your childhood or past relationships that affects you today. Be aware of where in your body these emotions affect you, but just observe them without trying to change them right now. When the emotions come to you, give them warmth and love. Say to yourself, I see you, I accept you, and I am ready to let you go. If it feels right, you can release old wounds and let them dissolve in warm, white light. Let the light fill your entire body and provide healing energy to the parts that need it most. When you are ready to return to the here and now, focus on yourself and take a deep breath again. Let the air fill your lungs and then release everything you no longer need. Wherever you are, whether in a chair or on the bus, you now see everything much more clearly. The air is fresher and you are ready to face the day with a smile. carry with you the feeling of being seen and loved, not just by others, but also by yourself. You are your own best medicine and master of becoming whole again. There are enormous challenges in this world that we cannot control, but the power within us is ours. The inner child within us is a companion that stays with us throughout our lives, giving us love and strength when we need it. It gives us faith and hope to carry on through difficult moments. Don't forget, you need yourself more than you think. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, feel free to leave a comment and share it with others. Don't forget, you can continue to follow our thoughts and ideas by listening to all our songs on Spotify. You can also order our own handmade deck of 28 guidance and music cards with daily messages to inspire you and motivate you with positive affirmations combined with unique music. They are available in English and Swedish. Follow us on our Instagram page at Guidance and Music Cards.